I would offer you guys, no, we're not teammates.
No.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We've got quarterback James Warren and running back Bilal Mullings here. We're going to get started with questions for these gentlemen. And Elena, when you get over there, right here, on your right, start on the right, the front. Chris?
Both of you, it was less than halftime, and what was the difference between the first half and the second half?
You know, the biggest thing was for us was to just know we have to make these safeties miss as backs. You know what I mean? In the first half, we had a couple opportunities for some big ones, but the safeties were able to get us down. So we knew, you know, just early on in the play, get our eyes to the safety, understanding that, you know, these guys are coming down pretty fast, pretty hard, and, you know, be able to have a movement ready or have a move in your hand, you know, to be able to make that safety miss and get to the end zone.
Front row last, John.
How did the second half for you, Eric, the last drive of the first half, and kind of the confidence builder there?
I think huge, just setting the tempo, going into halftime. You know, we talk about that middle eight all the time, want to win that middle eight. Being able to do that was huge. Receivers did a great job. And then, you know, Donald's a great option in the pass game for him to be available. You know, they're key Cole or whoever and get a lot of depth. I can dump to him and he can make a play. So just proud of the way we did it, proud of the way we executed on that drive. And I think that really gave us some momentum going into half to really take it to him.
Front left, John.
For either or both, what does it mean to have, for the veterans on this team, to have that kind of a finish in Michigan State?
It's huge. Finishing this, we talked about it during the bye-in week, is finishing this year on our terms. Having some grit, determination, knowing that who we are as Michigan men and what this program means. We weren't gonna, you know, let this opportunity slip. I know for me and probably speaking for Khalil too, like, you know, we've been here long enough where, you know, we know the standard and, you know, some things we could have done better today, but overall, I'm just really proud of the standard that we set and I think it was showed all week in practice, last week in practice, and it felt really good.
Yeah, no, just to piggyback off of that too, like going into this game, understanding that it's a trophy game, so there's an extra pride, this extra sense of got to win because of that, and you know, we were just able to put some things together, and like Dave said, there were some things that, you know, we could definitely have done better, but it feels great to be able to come out here and get a win.
Front left here, Steve.
Dave, it was a wonderful story that King Groovy had, and you and Jared Goff. Can you capsulize that, talk about that? And also, possibly, did you hear from him this week with a text?
He texted me last week, I think, after the Texans game, I think it was, and then going into that, I think they beat the Jaguars by 50 that next week. Yeah, so maybe he should text me every week. That might help him out a little bit. But yeah, just that relationship was huge for me. He was there for me when I needed, you know, someone to be there for me when I was going through my treatment. And then that relationship just kind of grew through, you know, working with the same trainers. And then, you know, by the luck of the draw, we're, you know, both go from Southern California to, you know, to the Detroit area. And it's just been so cool watching him and seeing him. And like I said, you know, coming out of, you know, when I was back, you know, thrown back in the lineup, it's just, you know, watching a lot of his throws, checking out the running back, understanding, and him talking about it, how you got to be a point guard. And, you know, we can't move the balls in offense until I get the ball out of my hands, either handing it off or throwing it to a receiver. So that was huge. And then, like every offseason, we see each other and even just asking him, you know, how he deals with the cold and cold weather games and stuff like that, and just little things like that. So it's been really, really cool. And, you know, look forward to watching him tomorrow.
Front row, just to your left here, Andrew.
What was it like to see some of your teammates who don't get a lot of run get some in this game, and who in particular maybe, you know, caught your eye?
Yeah, no, for the running back room, seeing Tavi score at the end of the game, just take that his first carry and just score it. That was his first touchdown, man. I was so proud of that dude. Just seeing him work each and every day for the past 4 years, being in that room together. I can't even put it into words, man. It almost brought me to tears. Like I'm just so proud of that dude in particular. You know, just being able to take advantage of every opportunity that's presented. That's what it's all about. And you know, just super proud of Tavi. So yeah.
Yeah, we even, you know, Jaden Davis handed off to him, so and touchdown on the first play. So happy to see him get some run. He's been playing well for us and doing a great job, and you know, really developing as a young guy. So just really proud of him and that whole group that went in there. And punt return, you know, with some, or kick return, with some guys in there, and then on the score to get us to 50.
Back right, Ryan.
Andrew posed my question, but we'll pivot. So after the locker room, I guess how quickly did you guys pivot to Ohio State and distress Ohio State, and quickly are moving on to that rivalry matchup?
I mean, I think, it doesn't have to be said. It's understood to a certain extent what lies in front of us, but we're going to celebrate the win. We're going to celebrate the win. Trophy game, rivalry game, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to celebrate that. And I think we did that. And Coach Moore finished it off by saying, we know what's next, but I think we all understand that. He doesn't need to, because we talk about it, you see it every day in the facility. What are you doing to beat Ohio State today? And we talk about it every week, every Monday, coming in like it's Monday of Ohio State week, and now it's here. So I know this group's ready, and just excited to see us dig into the work this week and go attack them.
Standing far right, Aaron.
Khalil, could you speak to your individual performance today? 3 touchdowns, final game at Michigan Stadium. Did it feel like earlier in the year when you were playing really well?
Yeah, no, it felt amazing. Like you said, this is my last game in the big house. Me and Donald were actually talking about it. Both of our last plays were touchdowns. So there's nothing more you could ask for. And it just felt amazing to be able to help the team win, help get the run game going, and be able to make some plays. It just feels like bliss, honestly. Yeah.
Back middle there, Noah.
Clell, on that note, it's been a rough few weeks for the run game, but 5 rushing touchdowns today, a lot more yards. Why were you able to get it going?
I think just really goes back to the preparation for the bye week. We can see through these guys on film what they were trying to do, just trying to split a lot of the runs to safeties. So like I was saying before, we knew a lot of the time we'd end up being one-on-one with safeties. So just being able to understand that and understand the schemes and the tempos of different runs that we had in this week, and I feel like that really allowed us to hit them and hit some home runs, hit some longer runs. Just really the preparation and
We're going to go with 3 more, and then we'll get these guys out of here and get Coach Moore in. Larry, front left.
What does it mean to each of you to know that this team is bowl eligible?
I mean, that's goal number one of any college football team. So, it means a lot to get another game, and excited about it. But the real focus right now is on moving it next week at Ohio State.
In the back right there, Zach.
Khalil, you just talked about the run game being able to get into a rhythm. How important is that? I mean, knowing how frustrating it had to have been the last few weeks to maybe get some confidence, get some mojo, obviously with the big matchup next week.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to win. It's hard to win games, and that's something you learn throughout sports, throughout athletics. So being able to get a win where we were able to put some things together, get some momentum going. Obviously, there were things that we need to look at the tape and get better with, but being able to have some highs and some good points is huge. It builds confidence, like you said, and it's great timing. Not to look ahead, but it's really good timing.
All right, we'll finish on the back left here, Angelique.
Well, on that same topic, after your second touchdown, you sort of waited for every offensive lineman and embraced them and pat them on the head. What did you see from the line today, from their performance?
Yeah, no, they were moving dudes. They were moving dudes all game, and like I've said a couple times, right? Like a lot of this today was backs having one-on-ones with the safeties, but in order to get a one-on-one with the safety, everyone else has to get blocked. Just the whole line being able to move dudes, displace dudes, and create gaps. It's pretty easy to run when it's right in front of your face. Obviously I'm the guy scoring, I'm the guy sitting here, but all those offensive linemen, all those tight ends, they're the ones that's making it happen. I always, every time, just make sure they know that I appreciate them and I love them and I'm grateful for them.
Okay, thanks for your time, everyone. We'll get Coach Moore in here next. We'll have some more.
All right, we'll get started with Coach Moore here.
Yeah, first I want to give a happy birthday shout out to the best president in the land, President Ono, and then just so thankful for our seniors, what they've done here. Right now, 51-8 record, just awesome to be a part of their growth and their maturation as young men and players, and just so happy for them to get their last one here in the big house. So, questions?
Starting the right with Chris.
Coach, what was the key to the second half success on the ground and then the line play, what was the improvement there that you saw?
I thought we did a good job formationally, adjusting and helping the box runs. You know, sometimes you get a lot of people in the box and it's hard to run. Some formations dictate that they can, some formations dictate that they can't. And I also thought the guys just moved the guys more. And they did a really good job fundamentally, played with lower hats, better hands. And Kala obviously got it going really early, you know, with a huge run. So I think that momentum was great.
And then the last drive of the first half, just talk about how important that was to get momentum in those middle eight that you always talk about.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great to see. It was great for our defense to get a stop, hold, and then for our offense to go down and score. So it was a huge part and great momentum shifting into the second half.
On the left, Tom.
Sharon, when you look at the 2-week bye-week prep, what were the things you worked on that obviously resulted in 50-point output today, which is much higher, obviously, 20 more than your highest point total early in the year?
I mean, we really locked into the little things. We called it buy-in week. Again, I said that was Max Bredesen's idea. I'm not going to take the credit for that. So I thought all the guys did a really good job of, you know, doing the little things and attacking it. And it really started that Monday. We had a scout team practice, and it's probably the most energetic practice, especially on a Monday we've had. And then coming in after a loss, for those guys to be like that and a buy-in like that meant a lot. It talks about the culture and where these guys are, where we are. So they just worked on the little things, and then this week they practiced really well with a lot of energy. So it was fun to be a part of.
On the right. Okay. Mike, yep.
Coach, you know, like you said, the offense hadn't scored more than 30 in a game. You got to 50 today. How big is that going into the Ohio State game?
Yeah, great momentum. But we all know what that game means. You know, it's a reset. It doesn't really matter what your record is. It doesn't really matter what you've done before. That game's different. So we got to go prepare.
On the left, Steve.
Sharon, what are the most important things that Davis Warren did to improve this year and touch on his accomplishments?
I mean, just what a selfless guy first, because you know when you're the starter and you get benched, you can easily have a selfless negative attitude, and he was the complete opposite. He was an outstanding teammate, and he just a tireless worker. His process never changed, and continued to get better and be a great example of what you want. You know, for a kid that's been through so much in his life, he's just a great example. He's a great example for me. He's a great example for our team. Just because you get knocked down or you're put in a position that doesn't mean you stop working, and he's been outstanding for us.
In the middle, Charlie.
Sharon, all year you guys have talked about needing just a little bit more execution or just a little bit more consistency. Today, really offensively, defensively, and even on special teams, it seems like you guys put it all together. Would you say this was your most complete game of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, for sure. Obviously, the point totals will say so, and the stats on defense, we had 8 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and 25 guys had tackles. On offense, putting up 50 points and being balanced, over 200 yards, rushing and almost 200 yards passing. So, yeah, I'd say complete for sure.
And, you always want to peak towards the end of your season, but especially with Ohio State. Do you feel like you're peaking right now, and is it the right time to do so?
Yeah, always the right time to do it when you got to go play those guys.
Interleague.
Cheryl, Colston had a touchdown late in the first half and didn't come back in the second half. What is his status?
Yeah, just working through something, so we'll see what they say when we go see the doctors.
And also on Jair, he had the jersey switch and didn't play till late in the game. What was the reasoning for that?
Yeah, just something we're doing internally. We're working through internally.
In the middle, Tony.
Yep, Sharon, obviously, big game next week. A lot of people always call the week before that trap game or trap spot, and then there's a lot going on around the program right now. Obviously, it could have been easy to maybe overlook this. How were you guys able to not just stay focused, but
yeah,
play
because
your
it's the next game. It's another opportunity. It was senior day. It's the last game of the Big House. There's so many reasons. Bowl eligibility. There's so many reasons that it was easy for our guys to just keep attacking. And like I've said before, another opportunity to put on that helmet and jersey. So never can we ever think that any game is a track game or overlook anybody, especially when you're at Michigan.
Austin.
Sure. How would you describe the week that you've had, and how have you kept this team kind of in the moment when maybe there might have been a temptation to look forward into the future?
I mean, again, same thing, just the opportunity to go to a bowl game, the opportunity to play in the Big House last time for our seniors and go win for them. That was really the focus.
On the right, Aaron.
Given the way the defense has played the last couple of weeks,
You got to win today. You talk about the stuff off the field. Do you feel like there's momentum within the program currently?
Yeah, I think there is, but, our number one goal now, obviously there's stuff we gotta do off the field, but our number one now is to go prepared to go win that game next week.
Can you speak to the importance of the Ohio State rivalry in Saturday's game and just the feeling internally in the locker room heading into that game?
It's everything. Our building, it's all over the place. We think about it 365, so it's the most important thing to us.
On the right, Brian?
You mentioned a lot of energy this week, I guess. How can maybe like recruiting success add extra juice to like the coaching staff and to the players?
I mean, I think that's the standard we want, right? We want to recruit at a high level. So regardless of, who the recruits are, who we recruit, like that's kind of separate to our team. Our team, that's the future team. So for us, it was about, our preparation for Northwestern, and it'll be about a preparation for Ohio State.
Back right, Brandon?
Coach, can you speak more on Colston Lovin? He was having a big day today. He also had a historic day today for most catches for a tight end in the season. Speak on his importance and.
I mean, he's unbelievable. You just talk about a guy that just works from Gooding, Idaho, who, very unknown, and he's come in here and been a name in college football that everybody knows. He's just outstanding in every way. Blessing to be around, pleasure to be around in every way, and just glad we got him.
Front right here, Clayton.
Can you go a little more in depth on what impressed you the most about the defense? I mean, 2 picks, a whole bunch of havoc plays.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't get the run game going. There was very little that they could do the pass game. Felt like coverage was, extremely tight. Especially you get 6 sacks, it's hard to throw the ball. 8 tackles for loss. The run game's not going, so it seems like they were just searching. They couldn't really do much because our defense was playing so well. So just credit to them, credit to the staff, credit to the players and how they prepared and how they played.
On the right.
With a good portion of the running back group graduating at the end of the season, what did you think about Jordan Marshall's production in the run game and on kick return at the end there?
He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. He's gonna be really good. So we'll dictate how good he's gonna be as we go through the years, but he's a star in the making.
On the left, Reiner.
Optics are obviously very important in college football. How do you think this week, given what you were able to accomplish off the field, what you were able to accomplish today, getting bowl eligibility changes the way people feel about things here?
I really don't care about the outside opinion. Really, we worry about what we can control, and that's it. So, whether it was last year or this year, we just operate the same way and just try to go win the next game.
Chris? Take 1 or 2 more. Talk to Andrew. No, actually.
It kind of looked like you were a little more involved in the offense. Is that fair to say, or is that just what people wanted to see?
Yeah, that's what people want to see.
Can you talk about talk a little bit more about what the game that Kirk called today? He's taking some heat, obviously, but really put it all together.
Yeah, I thought I did a great job. Very, very balanced, complete, and the kids executed really well. Those guys played at a high level, so it was really good to see.
Go Andrew.
Sharon, you touched on Jordan Marshall, but anyone else, you kind of emptied the bench there at the end? Anyone else that caught your eye that we hadn't seen much of this year?
Yeah, I mean, I thought all those guys played well. Jordan obviously was more the featured guy, but you saw Michael Cabana get the ball later on, and he's like lightning in the bottle. So all those young guys are gonna be really good. So the whole freshman class. Mason Curtis got his first pick. He's been playing really well. He's just an absolute stud. I mean, a young guy. He's not a freshman, but Brandon Hillman. He's played well, and there's a whole bunch of young guys that are really good, and just excited for the whole crew.
Last question right here.
I was just going to ask you about Mason Curtis and kind of what you've seen from his game and his maturation process, and what you've seen from him from when he got on campus to now.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is he got on campus and really didn't know where we were going to play him because he was, he's 6'4", 6'5". He's long. He's like Spider-Man out there, just roaming the field. Where him at like Sam. He played receiver. He played DN. He played safety in high school. So he played all those positions in high school. So we're trying to figure out what best fit. And, I ended up at safety, and he's just been unbelievable. He's a tireless worker, great human being, but he's got a great skill set. So he's gonna be really good.
All right, thanks everyone.
Appreciate it.
An interception on the first drive to a safety late in the game. Really seemed like the defense had a complete game. What went right for you guys today?
Just playing with each other all week. We've been harping. We all wanted this win. Not only for the program, but for
the seniors on this team who've been, battling these last 4 years. Just wanted to go out and play together, play off with each other, and have fun. That's what we did today.
And doing that on your senior day, last game in the big house, how much more did that mean today?
I mean, a lot. Nothing will beat the big house. Nothing will beat this atmosphere. I mean, I'll miss this place for sure when I leave, but I mean, just making sure that it was a night to remember.
On the left here, Reiner.
I know you're a senior, but how much do you consider the future of the program, and especially the importance of what this week kind of represented for the program? Obviously, what happened with the quarterback that committed, but also in general, what you guys were able to accomplish today, getting bowl eligibility, getting setting the program up for next year.
Yeah, I mean, a win like this, all the recruits can see. I mean, it may not be the complete season that we imagined, but you can see the good. I mean, there's always good in every game. It's never as bad as it seems, or good as it seems. So I mean, all the recruits out there just know that we're out there playing ball. That's all that matters.
Aaron?
You guys are going to be serious underdogs going into Ohio State next week. Does that really motivate you guys at all?
I mean, any over/under you guys see, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still a rivalry game, so all that goes out the window. It's going to be mono.
Angelique?
Just how you did walk in with the game ball, how was that presented to you, or?
Yeah, so Sharon, he brings up the team and kind of goes from defense to offense, and kind of hands out game balls. But yeah, a good feeling having one of your last home game here.
And what kind of momentum do you take going into Columbus now?
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty obvious. I mean, the offense is rolling, defense is rolling. We just got to keep going and continue to punch them in the mouth next week.
We'll go with Noah in the middle.
I think there's been a lot of conversation about the defense starting strong and just playing strong second half. This week you guys did that. Why was that important, and how did you achieve that strong start?
I mean, just knowing our potential, as a defense, if we're starting fast and finishing fast, we can be untouched, the best defense in the country, hands down. But just harping on that all week, and continuously after that.
On the left here, Austin.
I think it was Colston in the middle of the season said basically the pressure's off this team now and you guys can go try to spoil some people's seasons. Is that the mentality for you guys going into this week?
We just want to beat Ohio State. Honestly, that's, for me personally, that's all I want to do is beat Ohio State.
Back right, Zach.
I had 6 sacks from the defensive front today, and it was against a quarterback who can run as well. What did you like most about the pass rush today?
How well we worked together, and there was us rushing in unison, staying on our quarterback points, and also the back end. We worked well with them. They gave us time. There were times there where we could have got home, but the coverage helped us, and then we got home. So just working together, not only as a front seven, but with the back end as well.
On the right, Alejandro.
You're someone who had NFL possibilities last year. Where do you feel like you've improved the most with another year in college?
Just playing well as a team and, playing for others. And I feel like, every aspect of my game, experience helps everything. Just another season under my belt, helps me play a lot faster, a lot stronger, and a lot smarter.
Front left here, Larry.
In what ways is this game coming up an opportunity to, put a stamp on the season, have it be memorable for, something other than being about 500?
Yeah, we all talk about it. We beat Ohio State, we win all our trophy games. That's a 12-0 season, and that's all that really matters. Coming into next week, we want to know this week.
Just added cornerback Amir Hall, so we'll keep going. And Andrew?
For either or both of you, you guys kind of emptied the bench late. What are some of the defensive players you saw that maybe hadn't done a lot this season, do some things today?
Yeah, Kayshawn Bennett for sure. He's been a guy, sitting back there, older guy, behind us, and he's been working all year, and I'm just proud to see him and Tyler McLaurin out there, Jack McKinnon, you name it, Breon Ishmael, all guys have been waiting for opportunity, and I'm glad he got a chance tonight.
I'm gonna go Nico Antivedo, even Max Moon-Reyes, guys like Josiah, Keyshawn Harris, some of the guys in the back end that just stepped in and were able to just ready to play today.
Front left here, Angelique.
I have 2, and Amir, what's it been like? You haven't had Will Johnson in the last 4 or 5 games. What's it been like for you guys to kind of galvanize? Does that galvanize you when you come together without him?
It just brought us even closer. Will, he's one of the leaders in our room, so he's still out there every day at practice coaching us up, in the meeting rooms coaching us up, and as just a defensive back room, and just learning how to play with each other with him not being up there, and it's been really good.
And could both of you talk about what you've seen from Mason Curtis?
I'll start off. I say Mason, he's going to be a really good football player here. Very long, rangy guy, and he's just starting to get his feet wet, so I feel like the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, his frame is tremendous. I kind of see him like Kyle Hamilton type safety, just, you know, his range, and you know, he's not afraid to hit. He's really a ball hawk, so I'm proud to see where he's going to go.
On the right, Aaron?
Amir, in your first year at Michigan, what have you learned about the Ohio State rivalry?
I learned that it means a lot to this university and even to the state. Something that you learn very quickly when you get here. Yeah, so it's very engraved in my mind.
Charlie?
Really for both of you guys, a lot of the season the offense has struggled to kind of get the explosiveness that it wants, but tonight it put it all together, put 50 points on the board. Defensively, from your perspective, how important is it to see your offense have that success?
I mean, regardless of the, you know, the score or whatever the, you know, situation is going, as a defense, I mean, we're just proud to be on that field. The offense is scoring, you know, 20 points, 50 points. I mean, if we're out there, you know, doing our job, I mean, we have a good chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, like we talk about in meetings, these are just coming down to some of our last games together as seniors, and just like the team is never the same each and every year. So just enjoying the moment and being where our feet is at is one of the key things that we just continue to thrive on.
Maddie will get it. You got Tony in the middle.
I know Aaron said you guys will probably be an underdog in the Bucks or whatever. Do you guys expect to win next week?
Are you serious? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anything else
Come
from
in
these
this.
guys? Angelique?
Do I need the mic?
It's coming to you if you
Oh,
want.
okay. I have a big voice. No, I mean, just for both of you, like, how much do you think about Ohio State? I know you got the Ohio drill and all the signage, but do you, like, actively think about Ohio State all the time? Do you watch their games?
I'm not like over stressing or like having dreams or nightmares about them, but I mean, there was, you know, deep in the back of your thought, you know, they're the last game of the season, so they're in my mind, but they're not up front. They're deep back there, but now, I mean, they're here now, so they're right there, you know, right in my mind.
And absolutely, that's the game in front of us. So I'm just excited to have this opportunity. Last game of the season, go out there and ball up versus one of our rivals game. So.
I'll let you ask it.
Josiah, you already talked about the seniors, but kind of both of you as transfers, yet it still seems like you care about winning for the guys who've been here for 4 years. I guess, can you speak to why that's the case?
Yeah, just the relationships I've built with those guys these past 2 years. I mean, I'll never forget just being here 2 years. I mean, I've learned a lot from those guys. You know, you would think I came in as an experienced, you know, guy. They would learn from me, but I learned a lot from them, especially those younger guys, especially who's been here. But I've made great relationships with them, and I'm just proud to see how I went.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still learning even more about the rivalry and what it means to everybody, but it's just something that people here take very seriously. I know the guys here, they're undefeated versus Ohio State, so it's something that I take very seriously.
All right. Thanks, everyone.